Hello, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. Pull up the floor and join me. This is Dr. Janine, and today we're going to be talking about healing of the heartbreak. Healing of heartbreak. And this is so important because I'm going to bring in Reiki energy, and that will be towards the end of this video. So I'm going to do a little bit of distance Reiki healing for heartbreak, but I want to just kind of integrate this into your mind as to why I really chose this. It's so important. You know, when we think about energy healing or any type of healing, especially if we're going over someone's body and providing energy healing, or sometimes when a client comes to me or an energy healer, they're looking for healing of some physical aspect of their being, right? So we do have a physical heart, but we also have an emotional component to our heart, and it's all attached to the spiritual component of what's going on with our being. Remember, you are a spiritual being first and foremost, inhabiting a body. Now, before you start looking at yourself like a canned ham, because that's not the way it is. It's not stuffed in your body. It is in your body, your spirit, along with God's spark, God light, God presence, and it is out beyond your body. You have a beautiful aura field that your chakras pull out into and expand out into, and you have a beautiful light that goes beyond your even wildest imagination, okay? You are really big. You're a big deal in this universe and on this earth. So if you think you're not, think about who is around you that you influence all the time. You influence people before you even walk in the room. Seriously. So when you start to walk into a doctor's office, I know that a lot of times we go there because we're not feeling well, but you know what? Give this a try. Before you even enter the room, put a smile on your face. Think of something fun, something happy, something beautiful that really sparks you, something that kind of gets your creative juices moving. It'll take your mind off whatever the reason is that you're there at the doctor's office, but it'll also present yourself before you even get into the lobby, okay? You announce yourself every single time you enter a room. You do. Isn't that amazing? You know, we go through most of our life thinking that we're just shrinking back and being so small, that we're just this tiny little ant in a big universe. But that's not what it's like at all. It really isn't. So we need to start to think bigger, okay? There's your message for today. Think bigger. You know, not bigger in the physical being, but bigger in your spiritual being. More vast and more, let's think more creatively vast. Because you've got so many spiritual gifts and so much creativity that has been given to you, gifted to you through our Creator. I mean, to not use it is almost just a real shame. So just really think about that. Consider it, journal it, let that mull around in your head. But anyway, I want to get back to the higher heart area and the heart area. You know, when we're breathing in and out, we've been trained in this life for some reason, especially women, that we're supposed to suck our stomach in, you know? And look what that does to me. The minute I just kind of draw it in really, really tight, it kind of tends to make me stiffen up. I can feel everything stiffen up. Remember, if your mother ever told you straighten up, walk straight, you know, it almost makes you feel like everything that's supposed to be at ease suddenly is tense, okay? Nothing about your mother or mine, okay? It's just an example. But what I want to say, excuse me, I'm just getting comfortable. What I want to say is when we breathe just in our higher heart area, like we do when we're anxious, when we're upset, when we've had a heartbreak, and that's what I want to deal with most today is heartbreak, we tend to breathe way up here, and you don't even realize it, but if this is something that's recurring all the time, or you've gone through a real traumatic, difficult, emotional change in your life, like maybe the passing of a loved one, and you've done a lot of crying, and you feel anxious because you're in a relationship that maybe you're not treated so well, or maybe you were raised in a certain way, and you've been taught over time that higher heart breathing is the way you're supposed to be doing it, because we've got to suck everything else in, pull back our shoulders, and be straight. Now that's different from being in alignment. It's real important to be in alignment. You can still do that and be at ease, okay? So that's another video. But what happens is we don't oxygenate the body properly when we're breathing way up here and not allowing our belly to just really take in those beautiful prana breaths. Now, a lot of times when I'm doing a video, because I'm talking, I don't take a real deep breath, but when I'm in meditation, I take those really nice, deep prana breaths, and it just has to come from my toenails, just really breathe it in. And the more that you practice that type of breathing, the more it becomes second nature to you, and you'll do it anyway. I'm not talking about driving down the road and hyperventilating, okay? Let's not go that far. There's a balance. So just, learn to just let your stomach hang out and breathe in and breathe out, because learning to breathe again is so important. Remember, when a baby is born, the very first thing that baby does is you want the baby to cry and to breathe. Well, crying starts to ignite some of the breathing, the deep breathing, but the baby will take a deep breath. And that's so important, because that's life. That's coming into the light. It's coming into life for the very first time. It's got to be a shock. There really has to be a shock. Can you imagine being in this nice, warm, comfortable place and you don't feel really any sense of anxiety that comes from the outer world, except for maybe whatever hormonal things that are going on with your mom? But then you're in this world and you're bombarded with all of this stuff. And, honestly, I don't know why we did this or have done this, but we have really created a very intense world. It is. I mean, we can't go through a day without witnessing a little bit of that intensity, right? The difference between witnessing it and taking it in is huge. Because if you're going to soak it all in like a sponge and bring it home with you and carry it around with you, it's going to be like bricks on your higher heart area, on your shoulders, in your belly, in your gut, around your stomach. And the next thing you know, you're going to be doing some harm to your body. I mean, over a period of time, it's inevitable. So let's deal a little bit with some Reiki and sending some energy to the heart area. And I'm trying to be mindful of my time because I get chatty, I just do. I get chatty. It's me. So when I think of the heart area, I think of this big, beautiful place of emerald green. Kind of like the plant that's behind me, just beautiful green. So when I'm working with the heart area, I like to wear green. So I have this green ring, it has green stones. It has other crystals as well. And I have a bracelet that has crystals that are somewhat green. I have a crystal necklace. I'm not going to pull on it because my microphone is in there, but it's got a green crystal heart inside of it, and it lands right into my heart area. So I like to wear something that is a conductor that has to do with one area of the heart or the area of the body that I'm working on at the time. And right now, since the heart center and the heart area is a beautiful green color, I use green and the power of green crystals plus the intent of those crystals in order to draw more energy through that intention and through the energy of the stones themselves into the heart area, okay? So what we're going to do, and it's not going to be really long because I've already talked so much. I just really have. We're going to just draw some energy for your heart center, and it's going to be for the purpose of your broken heart. If that's something that you're dealing with today, I just ask that you be blessed. I just ask for gratitude for you, for your life, for who you are, for all that you bring to this world. I have gratitude that you were born into this world. And I ask that in the highest form, with the highest power, all of those and the spiritual support that you need surrounding you be with you now. I ask for those things for myself as well, and so it is, and so it shall be. And let's get started really quickly. I just want to send you some energy to that space, and we're going to just expand it. I'm going to start by creating a little bit of motion here. This is what I always begin with. I like to feel the energy. And I like to feel that beautiful thickness and resistance. And if I have to go way out here to feel it, I feel like I'm expanding that energy even further. And I've come to a point where I can feel it all the way out here and beyond, but that comes from practice. So I'm just going to start with the Reiki symbols into my hands. And this is just the Reiki power symbol. And I ask that this beautiful power surround you all the way around your body and your aura field. And I'm bringing in the distance healing symbol. I like to tap my palms of my hands because we have chakras there, you know. And so they're going into, the symbols are going into the chakra area of my hands. And so I'm bringing in that beautiful distance healing for you and I. Okay, and so now what I'm doing is I am bringing in the emotional symbol for Reiki healing for your emotions. A lot of times I don't particularly draw the symbols because they're so ingrained inside of me that I can see them intuitively in my mind. It's like they're activated the second that I activate Reiki. So I'm bringing that beautiful emotional symbol into this session for you and me. And so let's just come into prayer position. And what I'd like you to do from there is open up your hands like this. And I'm going to take mine and place them on top of your hands. I'm just going to allow some of that beautiful healing on behalf of your broken heart or any emotional issue that you happen to be dealing with. So if you just take a deep breath in and then just hold and then slowly blow it out and relax. You could put your hands up underneath mine if you like, or just hold them up. Okay, and now I'm going to release, and you can go ahead, release your hands, put them on your lap or right over your knees, and I'm going to bring in some emotional healing for your heart space, And I'm asking that this healing, this energy that's going forth, I'm placing the intent that this healing will bring up and draw out some of the emotion you might be feeling and sensing, but you're not really consciously aware of it as well. So whatever you're consciously aware of and what you are subconsciously or unconsciously aware of. So let's just mold that into your heart space and move the energy. I'm just kind of stirring the energy around in your heart area. Makes my hand look real big, doesn't it? Okay, so I want to just remove some residue because what I'm seeing is some blue color, and this is the throat area. So if you're speaking out of the wounds that are coming from your heart, it's coming from your throat area and coming up through your mouth. So, let's kind of bring that up. And I'm going to bring that up for you. Put some energy into your throat chakra and balance that out. And down through your heart. And we're going to get rid of the mouth that wants to spew out. And this is not going to be very cute of a word, but verbal vomit. Sorry, I hate to say it that way, but it's basically spewing out from our heart space things that really don't need to come out of our mouth into the atmosphere or around other people. Okay, so forgive yourself. That's the word that is coming to me right now. Forgive yourself for whatever it is that you feel you might have done in the past that has caused issues and problems. Forgiveness of yourself is so important. You cannot forgive anyone else until you forgive yourself first. Love yourself first, care for yourself, heal yourself, forgive yourself, and then you'll be that for others. Okay, so I'm just clearing out through your aura field and beyond and through intention any residue that is emotionally distraught, anything that is a brokenness from the heart area is being removed. And this doesn't mean that you won't cry or feel any sense of emotion. For some reason, I feel a lot of it on this side. Looks like I'm swimming, doesn't it? Broken hearts for broken relationships. Due to broken relationships. It's a big one. We need to learn to get along on the playground. Unfortunately, not everybody does. And once again, I want to clear this area of the throat because we don't want to spew out of our mouth according to brokenness because of your relationships that didn't work out. That beautiful blue hue coming back into your throat, bringing some white light into that area. And now we're just going to balance this area out, bringing some white light into that area. And we see that beautiful green hue. And we're going to just finish with namaste and thank you, thank you, thank you. Take some time to receive the energy, have something to eat, drink some water, lay down, listen to some beautiful music, just music, no words if you can. fortify yourself. Make sure that you've got a lot of water, a lot of something to eat, and really meditate on what things are being brought up. And you can come back to this video, but whatever is being brought up because of a broken heart or an injury from another person. And it could be as far back as you could remember, or it could be yesterday, but whatever comes up for you, journal that and get it out. If you need to cry, by all means cry, but also remember to relax yourself afterwards and take a nice deep breath. Do that a few times. Fortify yourself. I'm telling you, with breath, with energy, with music, with whatever it is that inspires you. Do artwork. If that heals you and inspires you, do that. If you need to take a breath, I still have energy coming out of my fingers. If you need to take a breath, do that. But remember, above all else, treat yourself kindly. Treat yourself gently. And when you do that, and as you do that, remember to treat others that way as well. I hope that you've gleaned a lot from this video. I know it seems like it's very quick and it goes by very quickly, but you can watch it over and over again. And I'll do some other segments that I'll just kind of maybe do a 10-minute or a 5-minute video just on healing the broken heart and working on the heart area. So with all of that, I'm just going to say have a good rest of the day. And I am so loving you from here. Thank you so much for allowing me into your space. It is such a privilege to be there. And I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.